Hey everyone. Yeah, the title is interesting because we are. Like each time something bad happens to the industry, we kind of knew that this is going to happen. Each time the new exchange takes like 60% of the market and like they're really successful and really reach out all of a sudden, we inherently know like it's going to be a new MTGOX, it's going to be a new like FTX. They're going to like roll us somehow. And when we have a breach that's like really cheap and really fast, when we have, I don't know, like centralized solutions that are gonna give you like 16, 15, 19 percentage points, like percents in APY for USD flavors, we kind of know that something's up. Everything that it has in common is that we sometimes, as far as I can see it, lose the understanding why we are here. Like none of you in the audience would have a job here, like that I hope you really love, if there was a way to just for one judge somewhere in 2010 to just issue one order and like close Bitcoin. Just like the system is really subjective. So the reason why you have jobs right now is because Bitcoin was unstoppable. You couldn't find a person that like you need to talk to or jail or like intimidate or do something with like for him that he stops this protocol. There was no single point of failure. And yeah, we moved like really far from that. Especially recently, we prioritized UX in a lot of ways, like user experience. So you get quicker withdrawals, you get like fast finality, you get something that's really nice to have, but you need to sacrifice something. You need to launch on multisig, you need to use like proof of authority network or something. And like it counters the mission a bit because we have redundancies in crypto, and redundancies on a scale that's not known to centralized finance. So every fintech protocol would kill themselves if they need to spin up 1 million validators just to start. It's impossible for them because they have like a few servers, and the servers are going to be always faster than what we have to offer. Our value proposition is that we are unstoppable. Your money are not subject to any local or like federal or like any other government. Your money are like they're handled by the protocol that doesn't have one single point of failure. So like why like with like multi-chain hack, right? They just found the guys that were like on multisig. With the Operation Choke Point, that was a like coordinated effort by many governments to stop. If Bitcoin wasn't as resilient as it is, it would have stopped it immediately. So like we know for a fact that this is an actual risk for every like big protocol. If you have multisig, if you have like 5 people or 3 persons deciding to pull the lever, it's gonna be pulled eventually. So why do we do that? I mentioned UX improvements. You just get better user experience because you have like one sequencer that like can issue immediate confirmations on your transaction. You have like one I don't know node or like a set of like 5 proof authority nodes that operate your breach. Your breach is going to be quick. So UX part is really important. The other part is that it's really hard to start decentralized. It's really hard to start like it's not about like protocols being greedy or something. It's enormous journey to start your protocol from the point of decentralization. You want to retain some control. You want to have like some training wheels available to you for the start. And it's really hard. It's really expensive. So people, a lot of the times, they decide to skip that step and like to do it like version 2.0, which is really dangerous. Not because it's like it's going to immediately destroy their protocol. The danger here is that it's going to normalize this behavior. This behavior should be punished by the industry. We need to understand that this is a strength. This is the only basic strength that we have. Be it like making someone else's grandmother derivative trader, or people just paying for services where the banking system is not working correctly. Doesn't matter. Like, we need to provide those people with a certainty that some order somewhere, or like some, I don't know, corruption somewhere within the ranks of the protocol leaders or anyone else would not affect you. So like, we built Symbiotic to counter that, to create an environment where we can innovate, where we can try new things, onboard new people, test ideas, but from the place of security and safety. How can this be achieved? Yeah, first we need one roof, one really amazing and like secure roof for people to build their frameworks, to build their ecosystems on top of. So we don't have any more like siloed research. What that means is that you go through your decentralization journey and you're alone in that. You can like read some research articles, you can, I don't know, speak at the research forums, go to Discords and try to like analyze from the failures of others how you should approach that, but it's still your journey. You can document it, you can post blog posts on that, but there is still a lot of like internal thinking that is not going to be available to everyone. So everyone goes to this decentralization journey like alone in a lot of ways. They need to like figure out how to acquire a good validator set, how to like determine the terms of like the staking and the issuing curve and everything like that. If everyone is doing that on the same roof, next Oracle network, next FHE network, or Threshold network, or Interop, or Fast Finality will have a direct, clear example. Like, those people already did that. So the next one is going to be like innovating on a much like quicker pace. Capital inefficiency. For some protocols, say pre-confirmations, it's almost impossible to run without restaking. Because for each validator, you need like one, even if you need one Ethereum in like slashable portion of it, you'll need for 300,000 validators, you need 300,000 ETH. And you need to like provide enormous fee model for that to be sustainable anywhere. And it's really hard to start. So capital efficiency of restaking will solve that as well by just making the same stake work multiple times. Operator sourcing. Again, I mentioned that, super inefficient. You need to go to every one of those and talk to them and like try to figure out what the best set for you. Do I have enough? Do I have little? Like, you need to do a lot of homework for that, and you need to do a lot of one-to-one conversations. Shared security protocol can solve that. You can get the best set for your direct application because it's going to be different from like ZK coprocessor to, I don't know, Oracle network again. And like we already have that. It's not all doom and gloom. We already have like a lot of initiatives helping people to launch in a safer manner. We still need to have we still have a huge road ahead of us if you want to like try to minimize at least. I'm not hoping that we're gonna like just pass through the next extinction event. No, we need to be ready to like absorb the most damage that it can do. Yeah, decentralization is a barrier. Yeah, we have like with this job we created for this job we created a protocol that basically can alleviate most of the pains without vendor locking you to something, without you being subordinate to some other DAO, without any drawback that you can think of. Pure functionality. Come to the light side, come to us, and let's start in a safe environment. Let's start decentralized from the beginning. It will we already have a code to reuse. We already have like a operator approach that's going to work for you. We have resolver networks, which is going to be enormously powerful. Resolver networks, they protect you from the start to the beginning of your decentralization journey. It's basically a mechanism for you to still retain control, but not the control that can push the lever and destroy your protocol, but the control if you have bugs, if you are concerned with something you need to test things out in production, because a lot of people do. You're going to be protected by the architecture. We have quite, like, yeah, we added from this point that I prepared slides, we added like a few. But yeah, the ecosystem of people that build decentralized and start decentralized is growing. And each of those, like, I don't know, we have like a few primitives for each use case for decentralization. And each one of those will pioneer the way for everyone else to be safe. So again, it's much easier to prevent those things than just to like, and to be really, like, really truthful to yourself, first of all. You all work in fintech. But your fintech, the difference between your fintech and the guys that are incubated by Morgan Stanley is that you deal with an enormous redundancy. You deal with things that are like built to survive bombs. They're not. They're fine. Like if they need to be closed, their approach is opposite. They need levers. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to do business. For us, we need to get rid of levers. The earlier, the better. Good.
Give it up. Yeah, big.